Hey, what's up, guys? Jonathan here, and I was doing a quick tutorial video. Michael Cornell reached out to me. There was a few questions that he had regarding couriers, and I'm going to answer them. So the first one is, how do you trust someone with cash, and what's a good pay rate? Well, the first answer is, how do you trust someone with cash? Well, I would first work within your circle of influence that you have, and then go from there. And if you can't trust someone with cash, start trust them with a little amount of cash, and then you increase that amount of money, little by little by little. Um, what's a good pay rate? Well, there isn't a defined dollar amount that you should be paying them. It should be based off general profits, 10 to 15%, maybe 20% of the profits. Um, and you have to have enough pickups and enough deliveries to make it worth it for someone to do that, with gas and all that. And maybe you add a gas bonus after, 10 pickups, you get an extra $10, whatever it may be. You got to get creative and it's got to make sense for your business. Who do I hire? Um, I always recommend going within your circle first and then working outwards. The other tutorial video that I created answered all, like, how do you do a background check and all that stuff. How much should I pay them? That was answered above, anywhere from 15 to 20%. How much money should I give them to hold? Well, um, it should be, a dollar amount that you can potentially lose. So if you don't trust someone, if you're not comfortable trusting someone to lose $500 and your business can't handle that, then don't give them $20, give them $100, whatever it may be. Um, yeah, just go from there. Uh, give them a PayPal card and transfer the money there. You can do that. You can just have them get a PayPal card. They can sign up. They can have their own PayPal account, and you can just transfer the money there. But you got to do it friends and family, so there's no protection for you. Should I give them a debit card? You can do that. You can set up a bank account with a zero balance and just give them money as they need. That eliminates PayPal. That eliminates, like, I think PayPal's got some upper limits of how much money you could take out. I think your bank, you get higher limits. So definitely do that. Who is ideal to hire? Always work within your circle of friends that you could do that. Where do I post ads to hire? I do Craigslist. I do Facebook Marketplace if you're looking for people. Um, what was the other place? You could do Monster.com. You got to make it sound like a professional. Um, you know, an ad, something similar to this, medical supply company looking for a courier, um, you know, good solid pay rate, blah blah blah, gas bonus. Don't get, room to grow, room to go full time. Don't make any dollar amount promises because you can't make those promises, and you don't want to make promises that you can't fulfill. How much volume do you need to start with a courier? I would recommend, I'm going to go back to the other one in a second. How much volume do you need to start with a courier? Um, that's a good question. I would say, $45,000 a month worth of product. Um, if I had to get, if I had to guess, a lot of this, my business, we were doing 10K a month when we were doing the streets. So I can't, and I was doing, to be honest, I was hustling a lot of that. And we didn't hire a courier till, oh man, it was a good amount. We were doing, 8 or 9K, and then I decided to hire someone. I was definitely hustling at that time. How do I prevent frauding? Well, I mean, it's basically theft if someone steals from you. So, get their ID, get their information that you know where they live, and if anything happens, you can easily get a hold of them or contact the authorities. Um, do you show them on your taxes? If so, you can set it up where they're a 1099 contractor, and they are a contractor. Um, 1099. You're only 1099 the money that you actually pay them for their commission or their services, not the money, not the actual cash. Um, do you pay them weekly or daily? I had a guy that was, the guy was broke and he always needed money every day. And but he was a good worker. He would place my signs. I had him place signs, played a dollar sign, and then after 100, he would place 20 signs. Um, How do you pay them weekly, daily? How do you make them sure they don't come across or steal your client base? Good question. I mean, you could have them sign something. Um, you can have them sign something, basically a non-compete, non-disclosure, but those are very difficult to enforce. And I wouldn't. It'd be difficult to enforce that. So I would get someone that thinks like an employee, not a that's motivated by you, not someone that's, trying to make extra money. Don't give them too much info about the business, just basically how much you pay and how much they're owed. Don't let them in on the ins and outs of your business. That's when people can try to replicate what you're doing. Um, what is the screening process? I do have a screening process, a background check. There's another background check that I use, not a um it's not a DMV check. It's a basic background check. It's like $40. And that's in my other video. Refer to that one. Should we pay them based on commission or trip? I answered that. It is commission. I wouldn't do trip unless it's a large dollar amount. I mean, it's very hard with these boxes, especially single box pickup. You want it to make it worth it every time. Or or you approach it like this. This is another way to approach it. Um, um, a way to approach it is you look at your overall business, see how much you're profiting, over a month, whatever it is, what your average is, and then you give them, a flat off of that. So, you look at the amount of pickups that you're doing and then you just divide that out per pickup. Or you pay them per hour and you know how many hours that you're working. And this is where it comes into knowing your numbers in your business. How many hours are you putting in? And how much can you afford to pay someone else to replicate exactly what you're doing? If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. Commission, should we give them a percentage? I do recommend a percentage. It just makes things a whole lot simpler. Do we schedule them like an employee every week? Yeah. Yes, you can schedule as long as you got the amount of work to do it and you're not just burning money to try and accommodate, this person. So make sure that you have enough work and enough pickups to do so. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is all. If you got any questions, do not hesitate to reach out.